Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our today's topic is biostatistics. We will talk about variables. At the end of the session, we will learn about we can define variables, we can classify variables, and we can measure the scales of measurement. What is variables? Variables is a characteristics of a person, object, or phenomena that can take different values on different observation, like age, religion, body weight, etc. That is, anything that varies we can call it variables. Types of variables, we can classify variables depending on nature or depending on their role. Depending on nature, we can classify it as qualitative variable and quantitative variable. Qualitative variables, they are expressed as categories. They have no numerical expression, like gender, occupation like business, service, student. This cannot be expressed as numerical figure. Quantitative variable like age, height, parity, these are called quantitative variable. These are expressed as number or figure. It can again classified into two types, continuous variable and discrete variable. Continuous variables are those variables, these are infinite number and can value any value in an interval, and so fraction is possible here. Like age in year, we can express as 1 year, 2 year, or 2.5 year, 3.5 year, etc. Height in feet, we can express at 5 feet, 6 feet, or 5.5 feet. So here fraction is possible. But in discrete variable, it is expressed as whole number. It is finite number, so no fraction here is possible. Example of discrete variable is number of hospital beds, number of students. These are example of discrete variable. Now, depending on role, we can classify variable into dependent variable, independent variable, and confounding variable. Dependent variable are those which used to describe the problem under study, and usually it influenced by the independent variable. And independent variable are not influenced by anything, or dependent variable, it is the usually cause or risk factor of the problem. Like smoking causes lung cancer. Here lung cancer depends on smoking. So lung cancer is dependent variable and smoking is called independent variable. And what is confounding variable? Confounding variable is influence both dependent variable and independent variable. We can find this in an example. Hypertension causes coronary heart disease. Here coronary heart disease depends on hypertension. So coronary heart disease is dependent variable and hypertension is independent variable. But again we can see that obesity, it can influence both dependent and independent variable. That is, obesity may cause hypertension, so it is influencing the independent variable, and due to obesity there may be coronary heart disease, so it is also influencing the dependent variable. So here obesity is confounding variable, hypertension is independent variable, and coronary heart disease is dependent variable. Scales of measurement. Scales of measurement are variables or numbers that are defined or categorized by different scales, and each scale has specific properties. And by these specific properties, we usually determine how to analyze the data. There are 4 scales of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Nominal data are those which cannot just categorized, it has no ranking order, like gender, male, female. Here is no, there is no ranking whether female come first or male come first. This is categorical variable or nominal scale. In ordinal scale, the variables are usually set in order. We must place them according to order. Like level of education. Level of education, there is primary, secondary, higher secondary, we have to place in an order. Or economic status, low income, middle income, high income, this is an orderly sequence. These are called ordinal scale. Interval scale, this interval data measure the continuous scale and has no true zero. That means here 0 means something, it is not absolute 0. In case of temperature, we can describe as +2, +3 degree Celsius or -1, -2 degree Celsius. Even 0 degree indicates something, it is not absolute 0. It has some value in interval scale. Ratio scale also measured on continuous data, and it has true 0 point. That means here 0 means absolute 0. Example, age, height, weight. Age always 1, 2, 3, 4, there is no 0 age. Weight, height, there is no 0 height or 0 weight. These are the ratio scale, and we determine how to analyze this data according to the scales of measurement. These are all about our variables and scales of measurement of these variables. Thank you.